Hi, and welcome back to ABG's Investor Days. My name is Lara Matadi, and I work as an equity research analyst here at ABG. Here with me today, I have Per Vitalisson, CEO of Eolus Vind, who will present the company, and it will be followed up with a shorter Q&A. Please, go ahead.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting us and giving us this opportunity. This picture is showing our project Storsjön that is under construction. So just to give you some perspective of the size of the wind turbines and the wind industry, I just want to mention a couple of facts here. These turbines, they have 170-meter rotor diameter, meaning that the blades are more or less 85 meters long. So each turbine, the blades sweep over a circle that is 2.3 hectares that we hold up against the wind to harvest energy and convert it to renewable electricity. And that is only one turbine. And in this project, there's 42 turbines, producing in total 0.8 terawatt hours a year. So you would basically need 11 or 12 of these projects to produce the same amount of electricity as the largest nuclear reactor in Sweden, or Oskarshamn 3. So Eolus is a developer of renewable energy. We develop, sell, and construct renewable projects. And our preferred point and our preferred business model is to sell around financial investment decision at the point when construction starts, and then we construct on behalf of of our customers. That gives us a quite asset-light business model in an industry which is very capital intense. We don't own any operating assets ourselves, but we are providing technical and commercial asset management services to our customers, so we operate the projects on behalf of them. So we have almost 1 gigawatt under asset management, meaning that around 3 terawatt hours of electricity production flows through the screens in our operating surveillance center in Halmstad. We've been in the industry for more than 30 years. We have grown significantly during the last years. So we're now soon we'll reach 150 employees, and we have more or less doubled the project portfolio during the last 3 years. And this is based on that there is a huge demand for renewable energy in all the markets where we are active. Our idea is to provide decentralized renewable power at affordable prices for consumers and energy-intense industry. We're active in 7 countries: Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Poland. We have a small partnership in Spain, and we have a quite significant part of our business in US, in the southwestern states of California, Nevada, and Arizona. So our project portfolio is split over 250 projects, split between different technologies and markets, and in different stages of maturity, with the aim to provide as steady flow of projects from the pipeline as possible. We are more or less agnostic when it comes to what renewable technologies we could work with. So that's why we have onshore wind, offshore wind, solar PV projects, and energy storage projects in the portfolio. In most of the markets where we are active, we see that onshore wind will have the lowest cost of energy, that is the lowest cost per produced megawatt hour at least for the nearest decade. So we focus a lot on onshore wind. In some markets like Spain and southwestern US, solar PV can produce at a lower price than onshore wind. But absolutely in the Nordics, that onshore wind will be the cheapest production method. If we look at, for instance, the political target in Sweden, in Tidöavtalet, it is that Sweden should reach electricity production of 300 terawatt hours until 2045. We had a production of 163 terawatt hours last year. Roughly 80 terawatt hours is expected to be needed to be phased out before 2045. So that means that we need to add roughly 210 terawatt hours of new production until 2045. That means the equivalent to one nuclear reactor each year, 2024, 2025, 2026. And so on. And of course, that is impossible. It is impossible to do it with only wind power. It's definitely not possible to meet that with only onshore wind. So we will definitely need a lot of different technologies to meet this. And the interesting thing is also what's the cost of the new electricity. There is no use in developing or constructing projects which cannot produce at the price that industry and consumers are not willing to buy at. So that will be very interesting for the years to come to see where that balance sits. And that, of course, have a huge impact on, for instance, build out of grid capacity and where the large connection points should be. That's this example of the political situation is a reason for us to have a diversified portfolio over different markets. So we have almost half of the portfolio in Sweden. We have 20% in Finland and in the US. The Swedish portfolio is boosted by some offshore projects that I will speak of in a while, and we also have some in Finland. We presented our Q1 report last week. We had a loss in the quarter due to that no new sales were announced, and due to that we have low construction activity during the winter quarter. So when looking at Eolus, there will always be volatility in net sales and in profits. So look for long trends and look for what projects are in the pipeline. And this is why we're also presenting figures for rolling 12 months, where we had 2 billion SEK of net sales with a net profit of 556 million SEK. We've also had the annual general meeting since then, so the dividend was decided, 2.25 SEK per share. It's being paid out today, I think. And there was also approval of a mandate for the board of directors to repurchase up to 10% of the shares in the market. And that could be a way to adjust our capital structure. We have a financially very sound company. I would say for a long time we've had an equity to asset ratio exceeding 50%, and our target is to not go below 30%. I spoke already a little about the driving forces behind the dramatic increase in renewables. It's both politics and market forces that are phasing out fossil fuels. So it's very interesting to be in a company and in an industry here in the crossroads of megatrends of electrification and sustainability. And it has been evident during the last years that Europe needs to increase its self-supply of energy and cannot be so dependent on import of fossil fuels or gas from Russia, of course, as the most obvious example. So there are a lot of initiatives on, for instance, on EU level, the Green Deal, Fit for 55, Repower EU, the Renewable Directive, etc., that urges and encourages the member states to speed up the transformation to make Europe's power system much more resilient. And also for us in the US, the market is really boosted by the Inflation Reduction Act as well. That is a massive federal support scheme for to speed up the transition of the US energy system to renewables. I just walk through the markets where we are active and how we view them and what we're doing there. I said almost half of our portfolio in Sweden. Quite many offshore wind projects for the reasons I mentioned. We will see going forward a lot of hybrid projects, meaning combinations of wind and solar and battery systems on site to make them producing more stable power and then being more valuable for the system. We have under construction the Storsjösjön project in Sundsvall and Timrå municipalities. 32 out of 42 turbines have passed the test run, and we expect to complete this project after summer. And this is the partnership between Eolus and Hydro Rein. And we have sold the project to MEAG and Hydro and are constructing it on behalf of them. And Hydro Energy has also provided a long-term PPA, a power purchase agreement, to the project. Next in line in Sweden is 3 wind projects in the south of Sweden, where we have a deficit of power, and power prices are higher in the 2 price areas in the south. It's Fågelås, Boarp, and Dållebo, totaling 88 megawatt and 300 gigawatt hours of expected production. We have started the construction, and we are in the sales process for these projects. And we expect them to be in full operation during Q4 2025. When it comes to offshore wind, we have announced that we are doing a strategic review of the portfolio, and that could include to bring on partners in the earlier development phase. We have already 4 permit applications submitted. 3 of them are on the Swedish government's table, and 1 is in the environmental court. And of course, it's a extremely capital intense, the late stage development for offshore project and the engineering and procurement and construction. So we are looking to team up with partners to really get these projects realized in the end. In the Baltics, I would like to highlight this project Pienava especially. It's a 158 megawatt project, so around 20 turbines in open farmland landscape in Latvia. We expect to start construction early next year. So we're starting up now with procurement and soon go into the sales process. And this will be the largest wind project in Latvia when it is in operation, expected during 2027. Finland is an interesting and growing market for us. During 2023, we both entered into a partnership with Finsilva, who is a large landowner, to get access to projects on their land that we are developing now. And we also acquired the renewable division of YIT, the construction company, in December 2023. So with that acquisition, we both doubled our project portfolio and the headcount in Finland. Poland, super interesting market due to its size, to its population, and to its large dependency on coal-based electricity production, and their decision to phase out coal mines by 2049. And now also led by a more renewable-friendly and more EU-friendly government. So we see great potential in Poland for the coming years. And finally, US, we have like the 20% of our portfolio there. We've been in the market since 2015. We have developed and constructed one wind project, repowering project, and developed and sold one battery storage in Los Angeles, CALD. And we have now under construction also POEM, a standalone battery storage project of 100 megawatt in San Diego, where battery systems will be delivered here during the summer, and we expect to sell that project also during the summer and to have it in operation by the end of the year. We also have several interesting projects going forward, but I want to highlight also the Centennial Flats project. It's a 500 megawatt PV and around 250 megawatt battery. We've sold it. We will be paid by milestones depending on the progress of the project, and we've so far received 40% of the expected revenues, so we have still 60% to collect from that large project. So we expect significant revenues and results from that project for the coming years. And just look at these pictures. They are the repowering project from Windwall. We replaced 400 of these old turbines built in the mid-80s. We could reuse the power lines, the transformer stations, just renovate them a bit and replace it all with 13 new modern wind turbines. And these 13 turbines, which almost have the same capacity as the old ones, they are producing 4 times more electricity than what all the 400 old ones did. So that's why wind electricity can be so cost efficient. So we see expansion in all markets. We see good interest to invest in projects, in pipelines, in operating assets. Of course, interest rates, cost increases have affected the markets, but we see now interest rates, for instance, stabilizing and not normalizing, I would say. We have a high quality and diversified project portfolio and a skilled organization and a financial sound company here to take advantage of the opportunities in the market. Thank you all.
Thank you for a very interesting presentation. We have a few minutes left, so I think I can get in a few questions. You have a very interesting project mix in your portfolio. How do you think it will look in 3 to 5 years?
I think we will have less offshore wind due to we need to partner up. It would be unbalanced to spend so much resources as are needed for final development and construction of those projects. I think we will be in 1 or 2 more markets. We have a lot to do in the markets where we are present. For instance, in the US, we're a very small player, but it is important for us to balance the political risk and therefore to be in some more markets.
Yes. And as you know, renewables are encountering some lengthy permitting processes at the moment. Do you think these will ease in the future, or what's your view on this?
It has to, if we are to meet the targets both on national level and international level. It's not wise to make projects more expensive than needed due to unclear political situation or unclear guidance. Both since developers will be hesitant to do things at risk in parallel. So you will do things in sequence instead, and then it takes even longer time. And I think Sweden is country number 27 when it comes to in EU now when it comes to permitting lead time. So we're really in the bottom.
Oh, and thank you. Thank you for your time and your presentation.
Thanks.
Yes. A quick one, maybe.
Given your business model as a developer, is there any way that you can mitigate the volatility in earnings?
We can do it to some extent. We could sell earlier. We could we could also hold on to assets, but it's it is an idea to always try to maximize the value in relation to risk for all projects, and then it will be a very volatile. However, whatever we do, I would say that it's not super easy. It's so few objects and so large values in each of them.
Thank you.